Hey peeps, my name is Naisha and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to talk about chapters 1 through 4 of Immortal Desires 2. Spoilers, there will be spoilers, so I suggest you either wait until it comes out for you to play or watch Locum 23 play it. I will definitely link his playlist in the description box below. But if you don't feel like doing that and you want to listen to all the things that I have to talk about with Immortal Desire 2, then feel free to listen. Get you some drinks, popcorn, whatever you need, and again, stay tuned. But it says, in the aftermath of the battle against the all-powerful creator, your life is about to become more complicated and dangerous than ever. Now, if you haven't played Immortal Desires Book 1, I suggest you do. But if you have played it, you know at the end, we find out that our main character, Parker, she became a vampire. So yeah, she became a vampire because of Gabriel and Cass, and um, that's where Immortal Desire 2 picks up. Now, after Parker becomes a vampire, of course, Lumen and Astoria will not become, but like she finds out that she's a vampire. I meant to say sorry, not become, but she finds out that she's a vampire. Astoria and Lumen decides to hold a tribunal to either execute Parker and stuff like that. And I want to say Cass and Gabriel too, because they broke the rule, which is not to change someone unless, they get permission. They didn't get permission. However, you know how it's going to play out. Like, they are basically, they get a pass because Parker helped save the town in the previous book. Now in this book, it seems like you get powers. It seems like Parker is a different type of vampire, in my opinion, because she's getting all these powers that are very interesting and stuff like that. One of the powers, I forgot what it's called. Dang it, I forgot what the first power is called. I wanna say it's to do with um her hunger. I'm assuming. Yeah, I want to say it has something to do with her hunger, because in chapter 1, Parker is trying to just seem normal. No one knows that she's a vampire. Like, her mom doesn't know she's a vampire, and her human friends don't know she's a vampire and stuff like that. No one knows that she's a vampire other than the vampires that are in Crimson Beach. Not only that, but she has to choose what coven that she wants to be a part of. Mainly if she wants to be a part of Gabriel's coven or Cass' coven. That also means that she's going to have to choose who she wants to be with. Either Gabriel or Cass. And that decision, she's not looking too happy to make. And again, like I said, in chapter 1, she's dealing with her hunger and stuff, and so she's trying not to kill her mother, and for some odd reason, she feels a pull to the ley lines, and she goes to basically where the tree is. I don't think she goes to where the tree is. The ley lines pull her to a place, yeah. The ley lines pull her to a place where she could get all of her frustration out and things like that. And it helps her out, especially with her hunger and stuff like that. I'm trying to think, what is the name of it? Trying to think of what is the name of I don't know what's the name of the power. Um but what I do know, um yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's the name of the power. But yeah, once she acquires the power, the first power, I wanna say, is it guidance? I think that's the name of it. But anyway, on to chapter 2. Oh, before I forget, chapter 1 also ends like, because like I said, I think I said she's trying to not eat her mother because she's a vampire now and she needs blood and she's struggling. And of course, Gabriel and Cass, they give her blood, but it's not enough. And of course, like I said, the ley lines, um, because again, like I said, if you played book 1, you know how there's a moment where like the ley lines soak into Parker and help her defeat the creator and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that the ley lines are still like, they still connected to Parker in some weird way and stuff like that. But again, like I said, she goes to this clearing. She gets some type of power and stuff. I'm thinking guidance and stuff like that. And she's just, releasing all her frustration and things like that. She goes back home and she feels better. However, then we get another scene where there's like a strange vampire. We don't know who the vampire is, but the vampire is on the hunt, because the vampire smells human. And so the vampire is looking for blood. Come to find out that the vampire gets tricked and is the actual being that's being hunted by hunters. And of course, like, you see like hunters and stuff like that, meaning that there's going to be trouble, a different type of trouble in this book. So the second the second the second chapter, basically, I want to say chapter 2, we start off with basically, apparently school has begun, even though the school has burnt down and stuff like that, but like, there's still school. However, the way they doing it is like they have normal school, and then those who are vampire, they have like their own lessons to like attend to, and stuff like that. Like the human students, they have like A days and B days. A day students are human and B day students are vampires and stuff like that. And the vampires, basically, they learn how to be more human. Not only be more human to the humans, but also to fight more, because like after what happened with the creator, they need to prepare just in case if something comes up again, just in case the trouble comes. So of course that's basically what chapter 2 is. Them training, especially Parker, because she's a new vampire, so she needs to learn how to blend in with the humans. Not only blend in with the humans, but again, yeah, she learns to basically blend in with the humans. She also could learn how to intimidate thanks to Cass and stuff like that. And of course, Parker gets to have a little moments with either Cass or Gabriel. And you could tell tension between Cass and Gabriel is more intense, especially since, again, Parker's going to have to choose whose coven to be a part of, which ultimately means she got to choose who she's going to be with. And in this episode, in this chapter, Parker also gets another ability. I want to say astral projection. Yeah, she gets astral projection because while she's training and stuff like that, she ends up hearing she ends up hearing humans, and so she gets close enough to realize that it's actually her friends, Libby, and two more of her friends. And of course, they're playing around, but they don't know that they're in danger because I want to say there's a part of the burnt building that is going to collapse. So of course, she's trying to figure out what she could do. Parker's trying to figure out what she could do to help them without them realizing that she's a vampire, and she ends up basically using her astral projection abilities and things like that. And of course it works, and she's able to save them without fully letting them know that she's a vampire. However, Libby has questions because she's like, where did you come from? And how come you hang out with Cass? Because she see that Cass and Gabriel are also with Parker as well. Like they ran up as soon as they saw what was happening. And of course, you get to pick either you want to lie to Libby or if you don't want to be her friend. I saw Locum 23 pick lie, so I only know what happens if you lie to her. And basically, she takes the lie in. She's like, oh, okay, because you lied to her and say that you wasn't feeling well, so but you will get in touch with her later on and things like that. However, it's going to be a while before Parker gets in touch with Libby, because if I'm not mistaken, Astoria and Lewin makes it clear that since Parker is a newbie, she can't be around human until she controls herself. And that brings us to chapter 3, where Cass, I forgot to mention that in chapter 2, at the end of the day and you go to your house, you have a moment with Gabriel where your mom walks in, and of course that makes your mom angry. And then again in chapter 3, your mom wants to have the talk, and of course you're not having it. Not only that, but Cass wants to help Parker. Basically, she wants to help Parker be able to be around humans without attacking them. And so she takes them to town, which they're not allowed to do, but Cass decides to do it. Well, they're trying to be sneaky about it. From what I'm getting from from chapter 3, they were trying to be sneaky about it, and it seemed like everything is going well until, of course, they run into Libby, and Libby is starting to question Parker again. Of course, Parker is trying to do her best not to bite Libby and things like that, so she's doing everything in her real power. Everything seems to be working fine, but Libby, she just not feeling she just not liking the fact that Parker is lying to her, and Parker's supposed to be her homie. And so, of course, Libby, she's upset. And, of course, Parker, she's upset that she can't really tell Libby that she's a vampire because she doesn't want to basically be in more trouble as it is. And she also don't want to put Libby in danger as well. So, it's like she doesn't know what to do. And, of course, she goes to Alley with Cass to calm down and to focus. And everything seems to be going fine until Gabriel pops out of nowhere. And of course, he's getting on Cass' case, talking about Cass shouldn't take Parker like in town because you never know if Parker is going to just wig out. And of course, Cass is like, oh, like, it's okay, it's all right, like, she's doing fine, and she has to do this for her. Of course, Parker takes Gabriel's side, and of course, Cass, like, you know what, I ain't got time to be, y'all not gonna make me the villain today, so she bounces, and that leaves basically Gabriel and Parker, and of course, they're talking. However, they get caught by Astoria, and of course, she says that, yeah, they're going to get punished. And she walks off. She also says that she could see that, like, she could see that Parker has, Parker's doing good, but however, she broke the rules, so yeah. And of course, Parker is bummed out, and Gabriel decides to take Parker out, decides to take her to do something fun and things like that. And of course, after they finish doing, like, after they finish hanging out and doing, after they finish, hanging out and basically, Gabriel getting Parker relaxed, they go back to the Nexus because they gotta get punished because, again, Parker was in town when she shouldn't be. And of course, Cass is there saying, oh, you didn't think I was gonna let you get punished by yourself, did you? And stuff. And so, at the end of chapter 3, we see that their punishment is going to be a brand. And it doesn't look pretty. Now, chapter 4 takes up where chapter 3 left off, which is Astoria. She has a brand in her hand. It's very vicious. And of course, Cass go first, gets, it gets the needle. And not only is the brand like hot, but it has silver in it as well. So, like, silver is pumped into them. Not only Cass, but Gabriel and Parker. And so they feeling the effects of that. Not only that, but they have to go back to school and stuff like that. And their lesson of today, before they lesson of the day, I want to say, before they lesson, like, after they get the brand, Parker's mom tells her that she wants Gabriel and Cass to, like, to have dinner with them. And of course, she goes. I mean, they go, but before they go, again, Parker and Gabriel, they have a little moment to themselves. Like, basically in this story, you're gonna have little moments with Cass and Gabriel and things like that. So, but yeah, they have their little moment, and of course, they have dinner with um Parker's mom. Now, while they having dinner, Parker's mom basically says something along the lines like, "So, do you like talisman or something?" Something along those lines. Like, she said something. "So, do you like talisman?" And then Parker's like, "No. Why'd you ask?" And then basically, her mom pulls out a talisman and says, "Well, it seems like you like talisman because I found this in your room." And of course, Parker's like, "Well, why are you in my room? Don't be going in my room." And of course, Parker's freaking out because Parker's not human anymore. She's a vampire. She does not need her mom to be digging around because, again, like, she doesn't need that. And of course, she's trying to figure out what else did her mom see. And of course, she has like a little back and forth with her mom until she's like, "You know what?" Parker's like, "You know what? I ain't for this foolishness." And she says, "Well, Gabriel and Cass, it was nice having y'all for dinner. My mom will show you out." And then she leaves and goes up to her room. The next day, that's where they have the lesson. Yeah, that's when they have school. And the lesson for today, Lumen decides to take them far, not far, but to the edge of the ley lines, because once again, like, the ley lines basically help them, not be sun poisoning. So he takes them to the edge of the ley line and asks Parker to demonstrate what happens when you are out of bound, like when you like get out of like the ley line area. And of course, she does it. And again, like I said, Lumen teaches the class, this is what sun poisoning looks like. Like, and he shows them different stages of sun poisoning via Parker. And Parker is like, she's feeling it. And she's telling, Lumen like, "Hey, can I come back?" And Lumen's like, "Not yet. I want them to see what it looks like when it's time for your skin begins to smoke." And she's like, "Smoke?" And of course, Gabriel and Cass are freaking out because it's looking a little bit dangerous for Parker. Like, Parker's in danger. Sort of thing. And of course, when Lumen is done, like, showing what sun poisoning looks like to the other vampires students, Parker comes back in and things like that. And this is when Parker gets but she gets a third ability. Her third ability, I want to say, is called, what is it called? I want to say if it's called what is it called? Is it called Moon Cloud? But like, she gets a third ability, and her third ability is basically, making sure she doesn't get sun poisoning, basically, and stuff like that. So like, when she is outside of the ley lines, she could use her Moon Cloud ability. I think that's what it's called, Moon Cloud. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it's called. I'm not sure, but yeah, her Moon Cloud ability, which shades her from the sun. And while she's using this ability, she's using this ability to go out and, like, I want to say see things. Yeah, I want to say that she used this ability to go out and see, like, what's going on and stuff like that, because she, Cass, and Gabriel come across a dead body, and not only a dead body, but a dead vampire body. And not only are they coming across it, but she hears humans. and stuff like that. And that's where chapter 4 ends. And I'm gonna be honest, I am very, very like excited to see what's going to happen next. Like, I'm so excited that I was like, bump it. I'm just gonna watch Locum 23 play because I really want to know what's going to happen. Because I'm gonna be honest, Immortal Desire is my favorite. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's one of my favorite books. So, and Immortal Desire 2 is not a disappointment. Like, so far, I'm actually loving what I'm, like, seeing. And I can't wait to play it and stuff. I kind of wish Pixelberry would release it early and things like that instead of waiting. I'm going to say they probably going to wait until, like, chapter 8 to release it to us regular folks. But yeah, I can't wait until Immortal Desires 2 is released to us because I'm excited. I'm excited for the story. I'm excited to play this myself, especially because hopefully when they do release it for us regular folks, I will show you, well, not show you, but I will tell you what I pick from Kai's point of view and things like that. Because again, I decided to play this game as a male and have the vampires be female. And let me tell you, it was very cool and interesting, and I can't wait to like get back into playing Kai. So yeah, overall, so far, I enjoyed chapter 1 through 4. We're watching Locum 23 play chapter 1 through 4. Let me know what you guys in the comments below think. If you watch someone play chapters 1 through 4, or if you have played chapter 1 through 4, let me know what you think about chapters 1 through 4, what you like, what you didn't like. Also, what coven are you favoring? Are you for Gabriel's coven or are you for Cass' coven? And who are you in love with more? Are you in love with Cass more or Gabriel? Please let me know down in the comments below. And please don't forget to like, share, and comment. And until next time, see ya!